Okay, welcome back. This is Hearts of Wulin, Numberless Secrets, Gaze into Silken Night, Season 2, Episode 7. This is the finale, and we're still hashing out, like, the resolution to the Tournament of Death. Because, of course, there is a mystery afoot. Sort of solved it, but there's still, of course, the discussion of like how do we want to actually show the resolution, or do we just want to see the PCs and how they solve their own entanglements? Me personally, I just love seeing the entanglements. Dang, so many, so many. But anyway, if we want to try and summarize what we think is going on, um, I think we've centralized the badness to Songbird Jun, but how everybody is involved with this person is varying in scale, um, for sure. So I don't know if everybody wants to kind of like put their 2 cents in as how their character is involved with Songbird Jun. So we can start there. Never mind the solution to who killed young Wu Fang. Let's table that for a few minutes.
I thought we could start with somebody who was there last week, just summarizing the theorized move.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the
because yeah,
so let's see. Going
I I
over
I nominate Agatha.
for looking at the
Mm,
clues.
mm.
Oh man, that's great.
Okay. So the main um the main mastermind question mark, or the person that really put um the things into motion that is present is Chief Ouyang, because Chief Ouyang has at some point been uh started working for the imperial government, or became an imperial government agent, which is not like a sneaky thing like it sounds like. It's just working for the government. However, within the context of our like Wulin, that was a bit, the manifestation of it was a bit scary, because this ties back into the Greenleaf Society, and what's his name? I will never forget his name. Lan Wuxian. So at the time, Lan Wuxian was very influential and also uh had opposing political views to what the imperial government was doing. We don't know exactly what they were doing and if it was actually full treason. I don't think it was, because in that case they could just get arrested and executed, and they weren't. So I think there were aspects that they disagreed with, and that was not acceptable. So uh, at that point, who was it? Guo Tong was also one of the imperial agents, and he was kind of the one that facilitated the downfall, working with Chief Ouyang, of the Greenleaf Society. And Lan Wuxian was killed in that process. In fact, all of Lan Wuxian's family were killed except for his two children. Um, one of which one assumed was killed because they were kind of like lost in the fray, and it's a baby. Um and the other was then adopted by Chief Ouyang and raised to continue the to continue, or to add to, I guess, working the agents in the Wulin that are working for the imperial government. That was a bad way of saying it. And that child, the one that was raised by Chief Ouyang, is Guardian Fu. Fu? Anyway. So Guardian Fu is a Chief Ouyang's like adopted daughter. Now the other baby that we all thought was lost was actually secreted away by Guo Tong, because at the end of his uh when he got close to actually destroying the new Greenleaf, the Greenleaf Society, he started to see the vision that of Lan Wuxian, and he also just respects Lan Wuxian as a person, like he's a very good man. And so he started regretting it, but obviously he could not turn against his emperor or his mission. So what he did was he hid away the other baby, um and probably raised him or got him to a place where he could not be found. And that baby was Yang Mofeng. Now, flash forward to present day. Yang Mofeng is like, dude, I am the child of Lan Wuxian. I am the inheritor of the new Greenleaf Society. For out of what this he now knows is the new Greenleaf Society. So he basically goes like, I think this is last year. He's like going around and being like, hey, this is who I am. You better listen to me. Like that kind of energy. And he is not a good person. So he did kill Skycast Red's what was it? Fiance. And so like he's basically like forcefully claiming his place within this the new Greenleaf Society and making everyone upset. And so that's kind of like the context for what happened last year. And there's been a lot of strife within the new Greenleaf Society, obviously, because they are here because they are committed to the vision of Lan Wuxian, but Lan Wuxian's son, who is kind of like the rightful heir, I guess, of like the leadership, is a bit of a piece of trash. So there's that. And then now flash forward to this year. Chief Ouyang has noticed the activities of New Greenleaf Society, and he is definitely mobilizing things to resolve this problem. And one of the things that he does is he actually, I'll put that, one of the things that he notices is, or that can start to come into notice, is New Greenleaf Society have been kind of like active in like getting new members. And one of the people that really started believing in New Greenleaf Society was, what is her name?
Emerald Sky Saint.
Yes, Emerald Sky Saint. And Emerald Sky Saint is from the White Mountain, who is a faction of information brokers within the Wulin. So they're very useful, obviously, for New Greenleaf Society. However, they're also very useful potentially for the imperial government. And so I think Chief Ouyang has been like, what is going on with your clan and what are you doing? And do you know that you have caught the attention of the throne? So Chief Ouyang is applying pressure. Emerald Sky Saint is like, yes, New Greenleaf Society, they're so good. And then trying to drag White Mountain into it. And a part of this is that she believes in this so much that she is also trying to recruit others, including Radish. So this is explaining a part of like why Radish even knew about the ambush. Because Emerald Sky Saint has been in communication with Radish. She's like, Radish, you are smart, you are also very good at fighting, and you're a part of this the Clove Clove School, who are really good at figuring things out, pulling data and getting an answer out of them. So why don't you join us? It's kind of like where she was starting, but because the imperial government has, or because Chief Ouyang has been putting pressure on White Mountain, they're like, no, 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 no. we are neutral. We do not want to take part in all of this. So, okay, you are forcing our hand, and we will make a point to show you that we are not getting involved. And that point is they kill Emerald Sky Saint. And I think they then agree for now to work together with Songbird Jun to do the kind of like dirty work, because Songbird Jun is like, I only make the poison. And then White Man's like, okay, we'll do some of this to show that we are not acting against the imperial government. But then this is like done, right? And so that's also kind of why Radish is in danger. And Chief Ouyang has kind of been like moving the threads in all of this. He knows he found out at some point who Yang Wofeng is, like his true identity and his position within New Greenleaf Society. So he's like, all right, time to mobilize the rest of the or actually, maybe he's like, I'll do it myself. And so he got, I don't remember what we decided exactly, but he got the poison from Songbird Jun. And he, being the organizer of the Tournament of Death, is kind of able to go anywhere with impunity. No one will ever suspect him. And he was the one that killed Yang Wofeng. Is there any detail that I'm missing, Rod? Or
Just one
Mads?
question.
Yes.
When you said he was the one who killed him, who's
Chief
that?
Ouyang
Chief
is the
Ouyang.
one who
Okay.
killed Yang Wofeng.
So Songbird Jun just provided the poison and
Yes,
isn't
and they
really
are
bad or evil as there was like the suggestion, right?
yeah, like
He is evil.
well, they're working together. And so, but that's
Okay.
a good place, like good
Yeah.
spot of contention.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also Yamu Fang last year, the tournament year before, told Guardian Fu who she was. And we didn't determine yet if Chief Ouyang knows that she knows. But it's heading for a clash between Guardian Fu and Chief Ouyang, her
Nice.
adopted father.
Nice. It's a genuine achievement that we have finished a whole mystery and only like 2 people have died. It's like, I think we really need to pat ourselves on the back here, because otherwise normally I would have expected half of these NPCs to be dead by now. So yeah.
To be honest, I haven't had the time. I mean, like, you guys are just like so involved in your own BS. It's like I needed to kill off more people. So maybe there'll be a bigger body count for the last mystery. We'll see.
Yeah, every time we fail a roll, you just
Yeah.
pluck another NPC from the list. Terrifying, actually.
Yeah, we
And,
just saved them all the deaths for this session.
Yeah.
perfect. And my personal feeling is I'd only show the confrontation of Chief Ouyang and Guardian Fu if it's somehow related to any PC, because otherwise it's I mean, you said it last time, Matt, you'd be talking to yourself.
Yeah.
And we don't have that much time this time,
No.
I think.
I'd be more interested in seeing how you all interact with each other,
Yeah.
to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
It'd be
I
interesting
definitely,
to be in the background
yeah,
on off screen.
yeah, I'd be more interested to see definitely the soup and Haoran conversation, to be
Yeah,
honest.
should we start there? And that might put us at a what
Perfect.
happens next kind of.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Agatha, because that definitely summed up everything involving like Chief Ouyang and then into the Songbird Jun discussion. Although like everybody has some kind of involvement with Songbird Jun. Holy crap, a doodle do. Who knew? Moo's suspicious of Songbird Jun. Like, Songbird Jun's poisoned Haoran.
Very impressed with Michael hearing all that and being like, so Songbird Jun didn't do anything wrong. Right? He just makes the poison.
Only just. Sure,
I mean,
sure.
Yeah.
Haoran agrees with this. The person who makes poison is not the bad guy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
We're on
Haoran,
the
of
same
course.
page.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. All right. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you,
yeah.
man. You're poisoned, but you're obviously going to have a biased opinion. It's fine.
Slightly biased.
Slightly biased. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So while everybody else is deciding where the hell you want to be at the moment, it's like, let's have this, like, Haoran, are you still, like, passed out, like, somewhat in your tent, or are you just waking up?
I don't know. I had the impression that I was going to be out for a while, so probably just waking up.
Yeah.
I assume I'm still poisoned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this could
I'm
be a
poisoned.
wonderful comfort and support. Maybe. I don't know.
I am both poisoned and I have my fighting style mark, so I'm in a good position right now.
Okay, fine.
Somebody help him.
Maybe this becomes comfort and support. I don't know if it starts out there. Actually,
don't
no,
know
I
if-
think it does. Yeah. I think when Haoran wakes up, Soup is standing over him and kind of just clearly been at his side for a while. And Soup is like, I'm sorry I wasn't there.
It's like I'm still not sure if you weren't there because I'm kind of on the phone. It's no. Did you get the information that I gave to Mu and Jintong?
It seems like the answers to this mystery are slightly larger than what one humble detective could hope to wrestle with. I think there is a bigger question to answer, isn't there, Van Haoran? Between us, I mean.
That was that was the attempt to deflect it by changing the topic immediately. So unfortunately, that didn't work.
Like, let's talk about work.
I suppose you're right. What did you want to talk about?
I wanted to apologize. I have not been by your side because of I have not been by your side, and that's why this happened to you. Because obviously, if I was there, I would have used my fantastic martial arts technique and protected you from all harm. But because sorry, but because I've been hiding something, I kept myself away, and it's my fault you're hurt, and I apologize.
There's nothing for you to apologize. I understand that I have not been as supportive of you as I should. I have not made myself someone who you would be interested in beyond obligation. And you don't need to take responsibility for my failings.
You're so you're so honest and true and noble, Van Haoran. Like, you have never lied to me and you've never deceived anyone, so you don't understand the depths that I have fallen to, and you don't know how much I have to apologize for. But when this when this arrangement between us was proposed, I accepted because I was lying to myself about something and ignoring the whispers of my heart. And if I had been paying more attention, I would not have allowed this situation to occur, and I would not have allowed you to be hurt like this. And I think it is best that we call off the engagement, and I will obviously then and then that has nothing to do with the fact that I will then go and wreak vengeance upon Songbird Jun for what has happened to you.
Am I so much of an albatross around your neck that my companionship, my family's wealth, and reputation are not enough for you to accept me? Are those boons not so great as to have you care at all? I don't even demand that you love me. I just seek companionship, a partner. Am I so terrible that I'm undeserving of that, Li Jing?
Fuck you, John. uh, um, uh, when
Haoran,
you
what the hell do you want from this family? I thought you wanted to ravish.
Yeah, it's so confusing when you put it like that, Fan
It's
Haoran.
like, I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
out of character. Haoran has obligations to his family that is ahead of their actual happiness. So they put full effort into making themselves unhappy.
Nice.
Haoran is
Damn,
also
John.
always on the moral high ground at every single
Damn, John.
moment.
Yeah, like
Wow.
I'm hitting him with the "you are lying to me too," and it's just like water off a duck's back, right? It's just
I don't
like,
even know who the hell
it-
gets inner conflict in the moment. Who's
At the
doing
moment,
who
it's like,
trumps whose entanglements trumping whom?
No,
Who?
it's
I
like
don't
it's the
know.
moment
who's conflicted
Haoran was
here?
about to admit everything, but then you called off the wedding, and it was just like,
Oh, it's my fault. It's my
yes,
sure,
yes.
John. Okay.
I can't take responsibility for my own actions, so someone has to be held responsible.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I thought this was supposed to be a comfort support, and I honestly don't know whose entanglements like conflicting more.
That might be a double inner conflict. I don't know.
I'm happy if you both want to roll
It would be
for it
so
because
funny if you
goddamn.
both ran away.
Yes.
I want to put it on the record that I was comforting and supporting before it got out of hand. But no,
Sure.
Sorry.
I don't think we're in a conflict yet, because
No.
otherwise,
Okay.
like I got into this situation knowing all this, right? Like,
Okay.
and I think,
Okay.
So I think Soup basically, after the last thing that Penhauren said, Soup would be like, when you put it like that, Penhauren, it becomes very clear that I am a disappointment, and a mistake, and an ill fortune on whoever I meet, and I cannot even fulfill these simple obligations to you, to you, to my school. I'm not a good detective. I'm not a good friend. I'm not a good person. I'm happy to leave now.
I will like grab like maybe the sleeve of your arm to keep you from leaving.
Oh, it's like I turned away, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what's up? Yeah.
I've met the people in your life, and I have to admit that if I were more honest, maybe I would have been the person you could have, learned to love, but I wasn't. And for all of the things you say, there's nothing that I would reject you for, but you might reject me if I told you everything, every secret that I have kept to myself.
The thing about learning to love Pan Haoran is that I never learn. Comfort and support? Are you feeling comfort and supported now?
Yes.
Oh my god. Amazing.
I'm not assisting you in any way right now. Like I don't know. Comfort and support says otherwise when you assist a fellow PC rule. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like
I mean,
I was trying
No.
to. I don't know if I was trying to assist you, honestly.
No,
Okay.
you're comforting.
I
Comforting
mean,
is
is
the
is
only
the
way.
is the
It
engagement
works.
still off?
Actually, it is. But can I
Okay.
just can I just step back and rewind and say like I'm actually like dressing your wounds and
yes.
kind of
Okay.
trying to cure the poisoning, right? Like that's because that's
Yeah.
also my thing, right? I do have an
Mhm.
ability. I am good
Yes.
with poisons. I just want
Yeah.
to add that detail and be like,
Perfect.
okay.
That's perfect.
So yeah, I would like to, but I, I'm going to roll comfort and support. But yeah, Jonn, you still have to, I don't know, figure out what happens next, I guess.
Okay, while you roll, I need to bring up Michael's comment in the chat.
What is it?
Haoran running away could just be pretending to fall asleep.
What is this? What is this show even?
Oh, it's a great show. It's a great show. That's what it is. Would you roll?
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with water. I'm gonna roll my best stat. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I rolled an 8, so that means that I can choose to gain a bond, or they may choose to gain a bond or clear a marked element. Go ahead. What do you want to do, Jonn?
Howard and I would suggest clearing a marked element,
I
especially
think I
if you're
probably should
fighting.
clear wounded, but it's like I feel like that's necessary for me to clear wounded.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Especially since Soup is so good at poisons.
Hmm. I really don't know what to say, but even if we don't marry, I still think of you as a good person that if we can't be together, I would at least owe you for helping. And it wasn't all bad, I don't think. And it doesn't have to be marriage for us to continue to be friends, I hope. I still
Stop.
can. Oh, sorry.
Stop thinking I'm a good person. Stop. Just. All right. I cannot. I can't let you carry these delusions. any longer, Panharan. Discard them. I have obligations to do, and I will attend to them, but please find someone else. And I think I leave now. Yes, I think I run away.
And I will call you. I don't need a good person.
Maybe if you were honest, but it's too late. It's too late.
No.
It's too late. Oh, okay, that was fun.
No.
Wow.
I mean, you be honest, but it's too late. I like that they are right about to be honest. That they just hesitated too long.
Yeah. Cool. I know where Soup is going now. Soup is going to confront Songbird Jun. Who is already confronted Songbird Jun? Who's already with Songbird Jun?
I mean, I got caught, so I think I've got all the confrontation I can handle at this moment.
I've only spied on.
And are we confronting Songbird Jun or Chief Ouyang? Just so I know.
Soup is confronting Songbird Jun.
Interesting.
I was thinking Mu was gonna maybe talk to Jade, Starlight, to warn him about Songbird Jun.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. Where does Mu go to find you, Jade? That's the next question.
Is there any location you would suggest, Rod? Maybe it's somewhere close to Songbird Jun's tent.
Sure, yeah, we could say that we maybe you're going to get more medicine from him, and
Yeah,
I
because now
stop you.
Haoran is also poisoned, so obviously I go to the person who might be able to help, and I'm on my way there.
You hear me calling after you from behind, and I run up to you. Jade, Starlight, I see you're heading to Songbird Jun's tent. You must not go. Songbird Jun is not a good person.
Mu, what do you mean?
I was there the last time you went to get herbs for Jintong. When you left, he smiled like a cruel smile. He is planning something.
I mean, maybe he smiled because he made a good deal. He charged me quite a bit. No, I wouldn't worry too much.
Jade, you're being naive. You cannot just believe.
Are you aware of what people call you?
What do they call me?
You're known as Gullible Mu.
Oh no, that is a name that I chose myself.
Anyways,
Gullible. Yeah. Yes, I fly. I soar like the gulls.
I have to make a note of that.
But I cannot let you go. I do not know what I can say to make you believe me.
Out of character, you could do Hearts and Minds.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Because I at this moment I'd probably just go and ignore you.
Okay. Hearts and Minds.
I might be susceptible.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do Face to Fate. Let me just do that real quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
And I rolled a 7. All right. And then Hearts and Minds, I will use I think I will use Fire because this is an impassioned plea. Uh, all right.
And basically, you're asking me not to trust them or to avoid them at all.
I'm asking you to I'm asking you not to trust them, and I
Mhm.
guess you can take whatever action from that. But I rolled a 6. I can use a bond. Do I have one with you? I don't.
Doesn't have to be with me, I think.
Yeah.
True. I will use my bond with uh Jintong.
So
Oh,
basically, Jade can. Uh, well, actually, you can mark an element if they decline, and Jade can mark an XP if they do as you ask. Excuse me.
They may spend a bond to avoid this. I think I will accept. Because this might be interesting in the confrontation that's about to happen. But I will not let you know as a character immediately.
if you're still heading there, then I'd go with you to protect you. Yeah.
Very well. And you'll realize that wasn't really necessary.
Hmm. So is Jade heading towards the tent still,
Yeah,
or are you
yeah,
going
I think
somewhere
so.
else?
Yeah.
You are. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So the way I see it is I accept you accompanying me, and I do go there with caution. But I still go because obviously we've got 2 poisoned people now, so more ointment needed.
Basically, that has, I think, we need to find a reason for Jintong to converge, or what is Jintong aiming to do while this is going on?
Oh, I wanted to ask Chief Ouyang about the Imperial agenda, but
Oh,
is that straying too far off course? Because I'm genuinely curious, and I think Jintong can be. But if we, yeah,
hmm. How would she find out about the um, imperial nature of his dealings? That's the curious question. Do you start
I don't
seeing?
know.
I mean,
Did we say that in our thing? I don't know if we did.
What
we
was the
have.
question?
How did we find out anything that pointed to the Imperial agenda? I guess we don't know, even though, like, I guess the PCs don't know,
No,
even though
I mean the only
the
other way
players
that
do.
I can think of, and this is just me, like spitballing as the MC, is the fact that the masked people that have been ambushing and all this kind of stuff, that have been working with Songbird, that have been working with Chief Ouyang, and have been putting out the hits for Yang and Emerald Sky Saint, even though they've been disguised and have been carrying around like the White Mountain icons, which have been hidden, by the way. Maybe there is also like another hidden icon that kind of give them away as Imperial agents.
Okay, sure.
So
One thing that Jintong should be thinking about is that Chief Ouyang, if he's an enemy of the New Greenleaf Society, um, is an enemy of Guo Butong, Chen Rugang, and Skycast Red. Like they are like problems for him, right? If they represent a new faction that wants to do the thing that he stopped last time.
And actually, will give you an impetus to question Chief Ouyang if you so choose, because remember, Mu and Riverglass's match was sabotaged in a way. Not only were there snakes, but their obstacle course was quite fragile for their obstacle course. It shouldn't have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I want to do it anyways. I'll just find a reason for Jintong to go.
Sure.
But I'll take that too. That sounds good. So that's what Jintong is doing. Jintong is going to go. Maybe she can find Chief Ouyang headed towards Songbird Jun. So then,
Sure.
converging.
Everybody's converging. Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, like he has his entourage, per se, but then maybe he, conveniently loses the official entourage, under cover of giving each of them tasks to do for the remaining part of the tournament. The grand match, I think, probably involves like Guardian Fu and several of the others, but there's like meaningful looks or something like that,
Sure.
But yeah.
So can I add a detail about the assassins that were under the cover of White Mountain?
Sure.
That shows that they have their ultimate loyalty is towards the Imperial agents.
Sure.
I will say that I think it's actually something in their fighting style. There's like something about it that is similar to like the Imperial agents fighting style, which is also an amalgamation of a lot of fighting styles. They took a lot of different schools. So there's something about it that when you see that and you're like, oh yes, there are like shadows of this and that, then you're like, oh, this feels Imperial.
You've probably encountered them before, and in your Red Lantern
definitely
work, for sure. So yeah, you're like, whoa, wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So Jintong will like walk or like approach Chief Ouyang and then like greet him in the usual way.
How do you present yourself? I mean, like, are you presenting yourself as a friend of one of the competitors, as as a festival goer for the tournament? How are you?
Jintong will say, Chief Ouyang,
Yes.
I've come here because I've heard so much about the tournament of death. I'm Jintong from Water Lily Society.
Ah, yes. We have worked with them before. Welcome.
Thank you. I am a bit concerned, however, about the situations within the tournament.
How so?
Well, there are the 2 deaths that occurred outside of tournament. And there was also the arena that was clearly sabotaged. Is this...
I think this is where, and please remind me, with the Water Lily Society, is that one of the
That's Haoran's.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I think this is where he's going to kind of like sidle a little closer to you and kind of like steer you like into a more remote corner of the festival and saying, "Not here. Come." And then he's going to like kind of like, he's not going to grasp your arm or anything like that. He's just kind of like steering you into a side alley, like a back way towards like Songbird Jun's location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jintong will follow. And there, she, as we walk into the alley, that she does just instinctively look for all of the exits, and it's like this and that. Should I study? Question mark.
If you want to,
Or
sure. I mean, if you want to, like, and obviously, like, we've already done the revelation move, so this is completely about details or asking questions. Yeah.
I will do it. That's fun. What if
Yeah.
I fail?
Always fun.
And this is I guess this is it earth or is it water? It might be water. Awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Hmm.
1 hold.
1 hold. No, I was going to declare detail, and I was like, no, what if Mads already has an idea? I'm not going to do that this time.
I would roll with it, and you know me.
Oh, okay. If you're saying bet, I will.
Go for it. Come on.
I think the detail I want to reveal is that Chief Ouyang looks burdened. And that there are, I think, I mean, this is not something that Jintong has ever noticed before because Jintong has not paid attention to Chief Ouyang. But like upon actually looking at him, there is he looks like someone, if you look past the kind of like usual officious manner, that is weighed down by many decisions they have made in the past.
And it's almost as if he has aged many years as he steers you into that alley and you're heading towards Songbird Jun. And he looks as if he's going to be revealing something to you as you make your way to Songbird Jun, as all of you make your way to Songbird Jun's. I think as you head towards Songbird Jun's shop or storefront, I think Chief Ouyang starts to age visibly as his burden starts to weigh on him, and he tells you, "You're correct. There are so many things happening, and it is on me. It is things that have been put in motion for so long, and they have now come back to haunt me, just like that scum that has come back to try and lord it over us again this year at the tournament. He didn't have to die. He just didn't have to come back to the competition. I'm sorry. We are trying to address all of the deaths. And as for the sabotage, we will make sure that for the finale, grand match, that there will be no more accidents. Everything from here on out will be deliberate.
I totally did not realize that this was my scene. I was like listening, like, wow, whoa, wow. I'm like, no, I'm here. Sorry.
It's just his scene now.
I was like, wow, this monologue though. Wow. I'm so sorry. I'm so spaced
You're killing me.
today. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Jintong looks over her shoulder, like, "Wait, are you talking to me?"
In this alleyway where no one is around. No, yeah, okay. Jintong is like listening to this. And she'll nod. Chief Ouyang, I have a question that is perhaps only tangentially related to this. I would prefer if you'd humor me. I have not long to live, and I find that as I near the end of my journey, I am filled more than ever before with questions. What is it like to be loyal?
For you, someone so young wrestling with death. Loyal. Perhaps that is not a question you should be asking me. One who has been wrestling with this question for so many years.
It would appear that you have been loyal. More than most can say.
But when your loyalties are torn, can you truly be said to be loyal to anything but yourself?
Juno looks decidedly unimpressed at that reply. Like, oh, okay.
But he's not actually like, you know, he's musing upon it, but it doesn't look like he's talking about himself.
Okay.
And he kind of like has his lips in a set line, and he kind of juts his chin out and says, "Take that one, for instance." And he's kind of like indicating Jun's store as you approach. He is one who provides for us. Many people. But who can say whom they are truly loyal to? I have tried to be loyal for so many years to an ideal. A crown. An empire. But is that enough? I don't know. And it might have cost me that which I value the most. So I ask you, what do you value the most as you near the end?
I was raised to be loyal to the one who gave me a place to live, who gave me, and Jinho kind of looked down at her hands. And I left. So I cannot say that I know anything of loyalty.
So I cannot demand loyalty then. Of those I've offered house and home for many years.
I am not saying whether you can or not. I just know the person that I am.
And by this point, you've reached the back entrance to Songbird Jun's establishment. In the meantime, I think maybe the rest of you have come upon Songbird Jun's shop through the front entrance. Sure.
Can I say one last thing to Chief
Sure.
Ouyang?
Yeah.
And from someone who is not loyal, yet holds myself to the idea of being honorable. I cannot say that you have done wrong, Chief Ouyang. Though it seems like you believe you have. And that'll be my last statement.
He doesn't answer you as he pushes the door open. Although, as he does, the camera sees that he's pushing the door open into a darkened entryway. And then, of course, we flip the camera view into the front where maybe we have Jade and Mu like approaching the, you know, street view of the shop. And then Soup, are you striding up or are you sneaking up? And then like Haoran, are you staggering like behind, trying not to be noticed? How are people approaching the shop?
Yeah, I'm just walking in. No sneaking for me.
Yeah, I think Haran's probably trying to go there for some alternative reason when he might have seen other people and start following them.
Also, Jintong fully expects that Chief Ouyang is going to kill her now that he told her that he's an Imperial agent.
Like,
or he's going to try to kill her.
Now that I've used you for therapy, I must murder you.
You know it's a bad sign when the villain starts explaining their plan, right? You're like, oh no.
I mean, to be fair, she asked him.
Yeah, but why did he answer?
Why? Like, that was too easy. I should be concerned.
Yeah. I'm a detective.
I think Haoran, in your barely recovering state, I think you approach from the back, and then maybe you see Jintong and Chief Ouyang going into the back. Okay, so we'll have you approach from that side. Okay, but I think Jade and Mu, you see Soup going into the front, and then you follow. And then there's, when you do go in Soup, I think you'll see Songbird Jun like kind of like puttering around behind the counters and like putting things out, and like just hold on, let me just take a look at the character the NPC tab. I mean, they're looking, or he's looking like rather, unassuming. I mean, like, he's got his pale white hair, like, tied back in a ponytail, with like some ribbon, and then like, his silvery robes are just very neat, and again, just putting out some stock and everything. And then he kind of greets you, seeing you there. Oh, Soup, the detective. How's investigations going? We have a couple of dead bodies that you've been looking at, right? How's that going for you?
I've been here for days and we've never actually spoken Songbird. So
Oh, I mean, couldn't miss you in a crowd. I mean, Chief Ouyang hired you on for something, of course, but I mean, who could miss the great detective?
don't get me wrong. I just wanted us to have some. I just didn't want my first sentence to you to be, give me the cure for Miss Jintong's illness, and I won't kill you today. I will just leave you battered and broken.
Well, that seems awfully severe, especially for first-time introduction. I'm Songbird Jun. Thank you. And I don't know if you're familiar with someone else who has been concerned over Miss Jintong, but I told them that her condition's rather serious, and that all I'm doing is just staving off the inevitable.
Your condition is serious, Songbird. You attacked my former fiance.
Former? Oh, devastation. That must be so disappointing for your families. Goodness.
Are you familiar with the 8 steps of the ghost? It's time. It's
Really?
Oh, really? It's called that because at the end of it, you're a ghost.
Perhaps you're not aware, as he steps out from behind the counter, perhaps you're not aware, Soup, that I was a contestant at last year's tournament of death. And I didn't die. And he releases...
It's never too late.
There's behind him the counter, there's like cages of butterflies. For effect, he's going to release like all of the butterflies, all of the butterflies behind him. You know, so you see like the spectacle of butterflies to kind of distract you. But anyway, yeah, so if you want to like, you know, do this as a fun first part, then we can totally do it. Have we actually seen Soup fight? I can't remember.
The question is, do we want the others to show up now? Do we want to talk? Because once we start fighting, there's no talking after that.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of MCU banter. Okay, like, you know, it's gonna be fighting from here on out, and I'm gonna have like a lot of other people coming in, like, you know, fighting.
Soup never fights on screen.
Yeah, right.
We never get to see the 8 steps.
No, we never do. That's another bit, I think. So
today's the day again.
Today's the day.
So, what would be like a good moment for Jade and Mu to enter?
Now would be good, because it's like you probably see like the spectacle of the butterflies like filling the store, and like, you know, as soon as you open the door, you see the butterflies fly out. And you might even hear like the tag end of that. It's like, you know, today's the day of like the 8 steps of the ghost or something.
Yeah, so basically what Jade is going to do is move like a blur.
Ooh.
Quickly in front of June to protect him.
Oh no!
I'm gonna say, Soup, stop it.
You're defending a villain, Jade.
What do you mean? First, Mu, now no one has offered any evidence or proof that my friend Songbird Jun is guilty of anything.
You have poor taste in friends.
Some friends.
You're not You're not his friend, Mu. If you were, he wouldn't be standing opposite you right now.
Well, I'm opposing you, not Mu.
He attacked Pan Haoran, Jade. So you will either step out of the way or join him in his fate.
From behind you, like Songbird is like, I don't know what he's even talking about, Jade. I didn't attack anyone.
So,
I actually have a question.
Mhm.
Like, are we saying that Jade Starlight didn't know of the solution? Because, like,
yeah, that's what we said in the chat.
okay.
Unless, yeah, because otherwise I would not
Yeah.
defend him.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, I feel like Mu convinced me to be suspicious in a way. So I think Jade has some doubts in this very moment. Otherwise, it would be like total duel right now.
This is inner conflict for Jade.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 I can roll with anything except my style elements.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll roll with metal. Want to reflect on the situation. And well, that's a 6.
Makes things
Taking 1
worse.
XP, and yeah, so I think I won't use a bond to bump it up because then you can make it worse, Matt, right?
Yup. So you're defending your friend, but you're doubting whether, in the face of Mu stating that Songbird Jun is bad, there's something weird going on, and it's like, why hasn't Songbird Jun's cures worked on Jintong? Like to help her with the poisoning. That's a big one. That would be like a, if he's as good as he says, and like, why isn't it working? Why, like, making it worse? Well, let's see. The only way I can make it worse is like for goons to come in.
You could have Undaunted Jadal come in.
Oh yes, Undaunted Jadong. Oh, I know. This is where Undaunted Jadong comes in. It's like, ah, the dulcet tones of Undaunted Jadong coming in. It's like, oh, did I interrupt a party? Songbird, you should have invited me, you naughty thing. But I think this is where, and I'm just gonna narrate this because this is the drop that I want to make it worse, where I'm gonna say it's like, Songbird, I just wanted to come and let you know. It's like, I had an interesting conversation with Zheng. Did you know that she had a wonderful lunch with Jade Starlight here? And I know what the puzzle sword looks like from Mu. And immediately from behind you, Jade, you hear a growl from your friend, an uncharacteristic, rage-filled growl of, You had a meal with Chen Rogong? And then from behind Jade, you hear this growl directed at you, Mu. And you know what the sword looks like? And immediately, Jade, you feel a kick to your back as Jun is not caring whether you defend him or not. He is furious with you that you even dared to make friends with Zheng. So, So much for inner conflict.
Yeah, stumble
Yeah.
on the ground and
Yup. Yeah, Songbird
look
Jun's not having any
look
of
at
it.
the whole situation in disbelief, I think.
Yup. Yeah, Songbird
Who's the
Jun.
one who's the one who said that you've seen the sword? Was that Songbird or was that Cheng? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Alright.
you had talked with I forget who you talked to, but like Undaunted overheard
Undaunted.
that.
Yeah, King
Yeah.
of Pearls, and then I told everything
Yeah,
to
there you go.
Undaunted. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, spoiling for a fight. So messy, so messy. Oh, goodness. You're all in trouble yet again. Oh, goodness. Uh, there's no drink around. I think I'm going to see you at the tournament, all. And then he proceeds to leave. Or they proceed to leave. Sorry. He just wanted to come in and cause some trouble and make it worse.
Mm.
And I think from behind you, well, from where you are, I think Songbird Jun is like, I don't need you to defend me. I can defend myself, or I should say, I think my followers can defend me. And I think from a different passageway, you hear some pounding from around you, Jintong. Like, I mean, Chief Ouyang is kind of like, kind of like having you like pause in the darkness, and you hear like pounding from around you, and then like from a different passageway, like you hear like a commotion, and then you hear a bunch of goons coming out of a hidden tunnel in his shop.
Me?
And well, you do for sure, but then like the others will see a ring of people, all masked in dark robes, like similar to the people that ambushed Haoran, and fill the shop. Probably about like 6 to 8 people, and proceed to try and surround you all.
And I want to glance over at Chief Ouyang. Like, is he like backing away? Like, yes, this is a part of it, or is he like, like, what's his energy?
Yeah, his energy is his energy is has begun. This is the cleaning up of loose ends. We can leave now. And the grand match will be the finish. Anyone left will be taken care of at the end of the tournament. That also means you will not. You can choose to live quietly or not. Which do you choose?
I have mentioned before, I have not long to live. But I will not strike someone who I know to be working for the throne, especially when I am not confident that I can end him in one strike. And Jintong will like slowly start to walk away from Chief Ouyang, like towards where the others are, but not like having, like, not like I think there's something about the way that she's walking where it's not that he could just like sneak attack her, I guess.
Right. But he will actually warn you, and he'll say, "But that way lies danger and death."
I believe I have also said that while I have no loyalty, I like to consider myself honorable. I shall keep walking.
He doesn't say anything after that. So whether he does continue to stand there or he ends up leaving, you don't know. But yeah, if you continue to go in, then yes, you'll be in the middle of that battle with with a Jade, Soup, and Mu, surrounded by the others, and maybe like so at that point, like Songbird will try to like exit through the other secret passageway, and then Haoran, like you will you will probably see like Chief Ouyang like try to exit out from that particular door that that he and Jintong have entered into. But yeah, yeah, there'll be the big ambush, right there. So how you guys want to deal with it?
Yeah. Can I roll study before the conflict
Sure.
starts?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Because like as everybody's pounding in, it's like you can totally do the let's look around, see what's going on. Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh God, what?
I rolled a 14.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I rolled 2 6s and I rolled with fire, so that's a 14. Because I'm rolling with speed, so I get 3 hold,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I'm going to spend it on 3 details, I guess.
Sure.
Um,
Declare.
yeah. Actually, no. One thing I would like to know: Songbird Jun scale.
Okay.
Are they below my level, above my level, or the same?
They're gonna be the same.
Oh, it's amazing. I will reveal a detail that the cure for Jintong, like Songbird Jun has already like made that or something like that. Like I can see from the way his eyes dart to something, like he has like it is available here in this room, and it's actually on him. Like he has prepared it, and I think it's kind of like his like uh sort of like, if I need to bargain, like this is my final bargaining chip,
Mm-hmm.
like he's got it.
Right.
Um, um, yeah. And for my third thing, I would like to say that Guo Butong is here.
Wait, is part of the disguised forces, or he's
Yeah.
a double agent, like he's pretending to be
Yeah.
part of the Imperial forces, but he's here to help you guys.
Yeah, he's going to just reveal that he's
Okay.
been hiding in the shadows or
Great.
something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
reveal himself. Okay, great. Perfect.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to do that. In fact, he may reveal more than that because of
Oh.
how well you rolled. So, happy
Oh.
to do that for you. All right.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, so again, so who's here right now is Jade, Moose, Soup, surrounded by like 6 to 8, people, plus Songbird Jun, who's an ass. And then like, Jintong, you're you're going to be walking into this, and then Haoran, you can also be walking into this, like, following Jintong. Although we won't see that until like probably about the same time that Guo Butong probably reveals himself. Okay, so yeah, this will be fun. All right, let's go for it. So yeah, what are people doing? Those that are here first. Tell me what you're doing, so we can have like a roll off narrative battle scene, whatever, dealing with troops, and then Jintong and Haoran can act along with Guo Butong. Yeah. What we got? Jade, Mu.
Do you want to go first, Rod?
Uh, yeah, I just yell at the masked people, don't do not trust him. Just because he has pretty hair and all these butterflies, uh, he is a he's a bad person. And I'm gonna try to like maybe like go like I don't know, like flip over them to attack Songbird Jun.
So fun. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say, because this is not necessarily dealing with true. Well, I mean, like, you're not fighting with them. You're trying to flip over them. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
overcome.
yeah.
Overcome?
Alternatively, or afterwards, I can deal with troops.
Yeah. So like, but for Mu, let's do overcome.
Hmm.
You're doing something under pressure,
All right. Uh,
and don't forget you have a face to face that you haven't used yet. So if you have
right.
to.
Cool. So I'm gonna use. Is this my style element, or is this gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, well, you can. This does not restrict you to anything but your style element, or anything. Uh, whatever you can choose,
Yeah,
whatever you think is appropriate for this particular role.
I'll use fire for speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, and I rolled a 10.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you do it. Tell me how this looks. You're trying
Uh,
to get to Songbird.
uh, yeah. I like knock off like some chemicals off the table, and it like hits the ground, and there's smoke, and then as they reel back, I jump up to it and leap over them using my staff as a pole vault
Oh,
almost.
nice. Vaulting over goons. Okay, great. And then Jade.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with the goons
Okay.
by attacking them. So let's see. I'm gonna roll with my style element, and if it goes well, I'll narrate. It's fire. That's a 10.
Okay. Do so easily.
Yeah, and basically, um, I've got pushed to the ground, and I was still on the ground, looking at the whole situation in disbelief. But now I kind of act quickly. I get out my meteor hammer,
Hmm.
and um, yeah, I'm gonna knock them down. Basically, I picture that since I'm below them,
Hmm.
I swing it in a way that several people fall down
Nice.
at once.
Definitely don't think they were expecting that, and I can picture this whirling montage like in like Kill Bill, where she's on the floor and then she's just like knocking people like nine pins. It's great.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, cool. And at this point, this is where like Jintong, and then maybe like soon after, you're followed by Haoran. Um, yeah, and then like out of the shadows, like you start seeing like wisps of smoke, but you don't really know, like none of you really think about it, because you think it's part of the smoking chemicals from the stuff that Mu has spilled. But so Jintong and Haoran, you burst through the other door, the back door, and then you see all of this happening. um but Mu has gotten to Songbird Jun. Soup has you know spotted all these things. And then yeah, Jade has like knocked over a lot of the goons off of their feet. What do you
Okay.
guys do?
I would love to just like notice Haoran is coming in behind me, and then like glance over at Haoran and like flashback to when we fought like assassins before last time,
Hmm.
and then like us just like split off immediately because we've
Hmm.
done this before.
Okay. Lovely.
2 poisoned people.
2 poison
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Jonn? Do you want to have that
I
like?
mean, yes, we can do that. I just wanted to remind you that my style is marked, so
That's fine. Aren't you
yeah,
still gonna
definitely.
try to
Yep.
like look like you're gonna try to fight? Or no?
I'm
If
actually
you're
my
not.
whole plan was to come here and steal all of Songbird Jun's alchemy supplies so I could make the cure, but
Oh wait, that's
that's been
so funny.
established.
So our eyes meet, and I'm like, okay, Haoran's gonna take
I'm
that
just
side,
here
and
to
then you're
steal
like
it because all the work was done.
grabbing things and putting them into a sack.
Right.
That's so funny. Yeah. So, well, that's what Jintong's gonna do. Glance at you,
Okay.
like glance
Mhm.
briefly in your direction, not actually
Mhm.
at you because there's no time. And then we'll like shoot off. If I can see that Guobotong is here, I
Mhm.
would like to kill him.
You'd like to kill him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, immediately.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, once I strike, I have to kill. Now that Chief Ouyang is gone, in my estimation, everyone here has to die. Everyone here that is not, I don't know, not the person who saved my life, you know, all that jazz. But
Interesting. Okay.
What's happening? What's going on?
well, once I reveal that I am Red Lantern, I can't really leave. Like, I don't mean like people, the other PCs. I just mean like,
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. You're gonna just I just kill Gobutong. Like by bringing them into the sea. That's so funny.
hilarious. Well, okay,
Yeah.
so all right, because I think you'll spot like coming out of the one corner, like where like the smoking chemicals are the most prevalent. There is you'll recognize it as a chi imbalance, right? Like
yes.
the smoke of the chi imbalance, and perhaps I'm trying to remember if you've seen like the signs from Guo Butong's tent before, but
Well, I was a part of the figuring out what was happening, so I do know everything. now.
Okay, great. All right, so basically, you recognize this as like Guo Butong's chi imbalance because of what he's done, and so therefore it's like you see this issuing from the dark corner near the chemical spill, and it's like maybe like you see a hint of his actual face, which is actually pretty regular, almost perfect looking, except for the scars, except for the raised tendril scars coming from it. So because of his mask is not on, he's having trouble like staying fairly corporeal, but he's coming
Okay.
from the shadows. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jintong is like immediately lasers in on this because she knows that Guobotong is much stronger than these other assassins. And so eliminate the bigger threat first. She has not considered Songbird Jun. And I think it's like she takes another step in and her demeanor changes. Or actually her expression is the same, but like you could get the sense that her eyes are now looking at Guobotong the same way that she briefly looked at Haoran back in the tent before who was it? Riverglass stopped her. And then she'll like I think like duck into the shadows and then like duck out with her hand out, like going for his heart.
I need you to roll for it.
Okay. I rolled a 9 plus 2 is 11.
Is this a part of a move, or is this like a...
I'm rolling to duel, right?
Yeah.
Or
What's a scale?
I mean, it has to... You're you're at this point. Shit, he's got a chi imbalance, but you're also poisoned. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah. You got a what?
I got an 11.
Okay. Yeah. You win. You may mark XP if you show mercy, or you let them escape. But if not,
I do not. Well, I do show mercy, but not by letting him escape.
Jesus.
Tell me-
Come on,
tell me what you do.
And I will declare a shift in the impress someone. No.
Shift and entanglement. What are you doing in the shift in the fiction? What are you doing?
Okay, so what happens is, yeah, step in the shadows. Yeah, it's very quiet, I think is how Jintong does this. It must be quick too. Yeah, anyway, so she goes in and then she like appears in front of Guo Tong. And then like they're just like face to face. And then his eyes widen and he looks down and her hand is already in his chest. I think I don't know if it's a shift in the fiction. But I'm going to declare that he looks relieved. Like it's finally over.
Thank you.
And Jintong will pull out his heart. As per heart stealer. And then take his hand and put it in there and then let him fall.
I'm going to add to this. I'm going to say as you steal the heart, smoke issuing turns into something else, and you can change this however you like, but I think you breathe it in. And I think that changes your poisoning.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. My hair goes completely white. No. I think that we can see, well, that maybe as I moved, like the color of my robe just shifted a little, and because the poison has progressed so far, it's also spider webbing up a little higher, like to the neck area as well. And and Jintong, like as she watches Guo Tong fall, there's the darkened veins, just like they look like they sizzle for a moment. And Jintong's breath catches. She's like, and but then she turns away from him towards the rest of the combat. And her hands are completely clean, by the way.
Yep. Absolutely. Pan, what are you doing?
I think in seeing all the chemicals in the smoke that's being made, I think Pan will try to neutralize that, whatever that smoke is that Songbird Jun is trying to produce. And ideally, notices that whatever concoction was already prepared and stuff that in the road. But I mean, like, I'll take that for later. And
the detail that the soup had noticed was that the cure for Jintong was already on Songbird Jun on his person.
Oh, okay.
So that was on his on his person as the final bargaining chip. So, you're
Cool.
able to
I'm gonna
notice
steal
that.
it.
Okay. So, yeah, this could be either a duel or, if you just want to kind of just cut to the chase, it could be like an overcome. But, I mean, like, we can totally see a duel between Haoran and Jun if you want. Up
No,
close
we
and
can't
Mark,
personal.
because I don't. Again, my fighting style is far.
yeah.
All right. Okay, well then do
Unless
something.
someone supports you in the moment.
Oh,
Too.
I mean, that's. I mean, yes.
Maybe we can think about that. But are we going to take another break?
Yes, we can totally take another break. Actually, like, let's go ahead and do that so this way people aren't dying. All right. So, Pan, how are you handling this thing of trying to get the cure from Songbird Jun for Jintong? Or are you
I
changing
think
your mind?
not. I'm not changing my mind. I'm like mostly if Songbird Jun has the cure and I recognize it as such, then I will duel them. The only issue is I would need someone to support me to be able to actually take part in that.
Do you have any bonds with anyone?
Jade, Starlight.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but I think the important thing is more what's narratively meaningful. And I think since even though we haven't seen it much on screen, we are good friends.
Mhm.
And maybe it depends how you want to frame it, but I could see it like Songbird June lashes out, might hurt you in a way, poison you even more, or whatever. Um, so I assist you or prevent them from actually striking you.
Okay, that sounds good.
And
And
I'm
Got,
that's yep.
yeah. Don't forget, Moo is still chasing
Ah,
Songbird Jun
that's true.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm here.
Right.
So you have two helps, like, one fictionally and then the other one mechanically as well as fictionally. So
okay,
True,
I'll
true.
allow it. That's fine.
okay.
You're gonna need
So,
it in
so
your
in this,
poison state.
so in this case, would I be rolling with something other than my?
I have to roll first, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, got you. Okay.
So you can unclear your style element.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Unmark, yeah. Um, but just for narrative positioning, are we still in the shop?
Oh yeah,
Is this still happening
you're
inside?
all
Okay.
this is all happening in the shop. At this point,
Just a big
Songbird
shop.
Jun does not care. Yes.
Okay, fair
Okay.
enough.
So it's a bit huge shop, yeah. I guess.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna roll comfort or support. Let me see. Um, yeah, with fire, because I'm acting quickly, I'm gonna lash out with my meteor hammer to prevent Songbird. Well, if I succeed,
Okay.
Songbird June from hurting Haoran.
Right.
And rolled a 6, and I think I'll bump it up
Okay.
because
I
it's more
appreciate it.
interesting if you
I
actually manage to mark your style element, you know.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna use the bond with Gullible Mu,
Great.
who's also in the scene, and you can describe how you contribute to it, right? And what happens in a 7 to 9?
They
I
can,
just do it, right?
yeah, and they can clear. They
Okay.
can clear the marked element. Yep.
So, yeah, what does this scene look like?
Okay, so I describe it before or after I roll, I guess. So I think part of the scene looks like what was described earlier, since this like kind of looking at Jintong splitting off, me spotting the what I recognize as the concoction that will cure Jintong. It's probably poison color. I don't know. I imagine. like cure, like the right color for the cure is the
Hand wave.
what is the
Hand wave.
opposite color? Hand wave. Yeah, that. And and I draw both my daggers and I dart at Songbird Jun, and then I like start coughing from the poison, and that's when Jade Starlight uses the meteor hammer to like maybe deflect an attack that would have landed on me on Haoran, and then they recover themselves and go at Songbird Jun.
And I think also, like, maybe Jade either misses or Songbird Jun was able to deflect, but then Mu, you can describe how you help Jade with actually protecting Haoran on that one, so Pan can actually snatch the cure.
Oh, I'm engaging in the fight with Songbird Jun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of heading him off so he can't escape.
Yeah. I think in the ensuing melee, I think it's like, you two are distracting Songbird Jun, so this way Pan can get at the cure and snatch that away for sure. All right. Pan gets the cure. All right. So who? Yeah. Did you just want to get the cure away from Songbird Jun?
I mean, if getting through all that, I might as well just fight at this point after getting all this support. I think, but I don't. Yeah, I was gonna duel them and hopefully win. Maybe not.
It's
Either
up to
way,
you.
it's interesting.
I mean, it's up to you because again, it's like this guy is pissed off at many of you, if not all of you now. So I don't care who duels, but I mean, like.
I will duel unless someone really wants to take this person down.
No, that's why we cleared you as that element.
Okay.
I'm still. I'll be fighting, but we can say it's your duel.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
I won't be fighting.
Let's see you actually reveal to everyone that you can fight and are in fact good at it.
Ooh.
And doing some assassin techniques very clearly.
Yeah, let's see it.
Now that I've just like thrown away all pretense of trying to meet my obligations, which are impossible now. Like they're probably not, but in my mind, they're impossible now. So I've given up on trying to achieve them. So, as you do when you're dramatic. I rolled a 5.
Wait.
This is a good place where you can use my face to fade if you want.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah,
So,
I use it. Mm-hmm.
So it's base
7 to 9. I guess. I'm sorry.
right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's base 7, so you add your style element, which would make it 9.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a bond if you want a complete victory?
Yeah, I have a bond with Jade Starlight, who just like kept me from being murdered when I coughed. So I guess I'll make that a 10.
Okay. All right. So tell me how you succeed on this.
Okay, so
your scale would definitely be. Okay. Let's see. Well, considering all the help, your scale is the same as your foes. So.
Yay.
Yeah. On a 10, you win the conflict and may mark XP if you show mercy or let them escape. You may declare a shift in the fiction.
I feel like I'm obligated not to show mercy because that's the only way that I can't talk myself back out of this whole. There's no me talking out my way out of being an assassin, and I don't. So no mercy.
What do you do?
All right. So now just describe it.
You have the 10.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I recover from the cough, I take multiple steps forward. Right when I'm about to engage, I draw both daggers, pull them back, throw them. They're like kind of pass through Jin, Songbird Jun's robes, only clipping them, and then that's when he goes to counter strike, and that's when he reveals that there are like imperceptible cords tied to the daggers, for which I pull them back, and then pulling them across my body, it creates almost like an X in the air, cutting across their throat. They spin on the cords, and I catch them and put them back under my robes, so that the daggers were only even visible for approximately a second or two for the duration of the actual attack. And they collapse to their knees and then fall over the floor, bleeding from their neck.
I'd like to describe this scene from my point of view for a moment. I stepped into this room and I was like, I'm gonna kick your ass, Songbird Jun. And then Gullible Mu and Jade Starlight came in along with a bunch of other people. Mu kicked like a bunch of people's ass, and I was like, Mu. And then Jade Starlight killed a bunch of people, and I was like, Jade. And then Jintong showed up, killed somebody, and then killed Guo Wutong. And I was like, that guy's super strong. Like I remember that so fast. I was like, Miss Jintong. And then Pan Haoran shows up and then kills Songbird Jun in front of me. And I very sadly I'm going like, Pan Haoran? Like, yes. And then at the end of it, like everyone's dead, and I'm just standing there going like, oh,
Master detective.
I did it again. I solved the case once more. No. I'm just, yeah, I think, I've just said everybody's name as they did a cool thing, and I'm just like,
Job well done, me.
No, absolutely. I'm not thrilled at this situation. Is this a good place to cut?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Sorry, I was trying to gain some composure back and failed completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Because I would like to speak to Pan Haoran about getting this. That's a scene, and then Jintong like giving the cure. That's a scene, and I don't think they flow from this like immediately.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah, I think it's completely like, as the blood pools from Songbird Jun's body, and we hear the drip drip from someplace, and the hissing from the smoke. The smoke fades the scene, and then we move to the next scene, which is like I said, I mean, like I knew people were going to be interested in everybody's personal stuff, so yeah, I wanted to leave time for it. Okay, so especially like because we're going to have a bit of a hiatus before season 3, so yes, please get some things done before our hiatus. So, what's the next scene?
I think Soup and Pan.
Yeah, I would like that. I think outside Songbird Jun's shop, Soup will approach Pan Haoran and be like, "You fought very well."
And it's like can't make eye contact with you. Thank you. I suppose then I should let you know that you are not the only person who's kept secrets.
It could have been a relief to me that I wasn't the only one, but this just makes me think that maybe both of us have reasons for this to not continue.
I can only hope that the person who you realize you love will be willing to accept you as readily as I would be.
I don't want to be accepted, Van Horen. And I'll put my hand out to ask for the cure. And you know who it's for, right? Like we're not like there isn't any
Yeah.
like yeah.
And I handed some. I hope that she chooses you and not the Red Lanterns.
But why would she choose me, Van Horen?
I've spoken foolishly again. I apologize. Ignore my comment. I will say this. You are a decent person. You may not believe you're a good person, but very few of us in this world are good people.
I'm learning that.
I'm sorry.
I don't say anything. I think I walk away.
Yep, I just stand there looking sad, saying like,
Yeah.
"Well, there's no." It's like because I'm just thinking like, if I shouldn't even bother trying to talk to Lehman at this point because this is effectively what will happen.
Nice.
God.
Could I quickly do the scene with Jintong?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agatha, where do you want to set the Jintong scene?
Jintong was actually going to go was going to go look for Radish, but you can find her on the way. So maybe like just on the street.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I think Soup will I think Soup has taken that cure, like turned it into like a concoction, right? Like I think there is like it is ready to be consumed, right? And Soup will come like wordlessly stand in front of Jintong and then hand it over.
What is this?
What you didn't ask me to do.
That's impossible.
Please live, Miss Jintong.
I'll step closer, but not take it. Why should I?
I think Soup tries to push it into your hand.
And Jintong will not take it, but will take another step closer. Why should I?
Jintong, you're not making any sense. Just please take it.
Why are you deciding for me whether I should live or not?
Do you like me to throw this away? If you ask me to, I will do it right now.
I wish to know.
I want you to take this. Because then, after this moment, when I walk away and we never see each other again, I will at least know that somewhere you are still around.
Okay. Question. Would you like to get shoved against a building?
Of course, the answer is always yes.
Okay. Jintong will reach up and shove you against the wall of the building that you're conveniently standing in front of.
Of course.
No. I refuse to let you forget me. And then she'll... Oh?
No, go.
She'll then take Soup's other hand, I guess, and then like bring it up to her throat. What is it? How many steps? Is it 8 steps?
What? Yeah, it's 8 steps. What is this?
Show me the 8 steps.
What?
Take my life, and then you'll never forget.
Miss Jintong, I couldn't forget you anyway.
Why?
Is that a question that anyone can answer? Like, why does the sun rise day after day? Why do rainbows appear after the rain? It is just a fact.
And Jintong will like, Okay, she's holding his hand to her throat. And as he's saying these things, I think she will lean in and kiss him.
I think they kiss, and then he will shove the tonic into her hand and then run away. Like, I think this is genuinely, like, I think there is like he doesn't think this can happen.
Yeah, and there is a moment where she reaches out to grab him, and she knows that she can, but she doesn't. And she looks at the cure in her hand. And it would be inner conflict, but we don't have time.
I know.
She really struggles because she wants to just smash it.
We can cut, and then we don't even know whether she drinks it or not until next season.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
Oh
her
my
hand
God.
her hand shakes as she's holding it. And we see her wrist, where the poison came from. Oh, sorry, these are clementines. I've been her wrist, where like just peeking through the edge of her sleeve, where the poison started from, we see it just like the smoke, like the chi corruption, just like waft out of it.
And we just like kind of like cut. Let's resolve stuff.
I think I'd like to apologize to Mu.
Okay.
Because other stuff for my character could be like in the epilogue or such, interactions with NPCs, but I think that's something after what we've seen that might be appropriate. Where do you think I could find you? You've not been hurt, I think, right? But are you going somewhere? Are you resting? Mu?
I mean, if you want to apologize right after the fight, that's also fine.
No, because the others would see. So
Oh, okay. uh,
that's not something Jade would do.
I think Mu visits you. You hang out at the abandoned temple. Is that correct, or is that okay? Yeah. So then I think I'll have visited you there to um comfort and support because of you just lost your friend, uh,
Oh, okay.
Songbird Jun. So I maybe as you're going out to meet me, you turn around and I'm there. Ah, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were on your way out. I just wanted to see how you were.
Shaken, I guess. I mean, listen, I'm sorry. You were right, and I did not believe you.
No, I understand. You were taken by Songbird Jun's beauty. Um, he was very deceptive. Um, I wish I could even say why I distrusted him. Uh, but I knew he was up to no good. I think uh, I think he carried many secrets to him when he died as well. I don't understand why he was so angry that you had lunch with Chang, or why I the thing about the sword. Um, but I don't know. I guess he was a very troubled person.
Yeah, you're right. Listen, Mu, whatever happens, you should try to preserve your innocence.
Hmm.
Because that's probably what you'll be known for. As a historian, well, let's say I do have an eye for things like that.
You're a historian?
Yeah, and
Oh,
someday I might record your adventures.
you are jesting, I'm sure. Um, but there's one thing I cannot figure out. I don't understand why Pan didn't just arrest Songbird Jun. Um, but I guess maybe they have history. I feel like there are always things happening around me that I'm not aware of. But I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to ask questions, even about those you care about. Mm.
Yeah, I think that's a good scene. Maybe one of us can roll comfort or support. I mean, we both did it, right?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
Do you want to,
I
or
rolled
should I?
I rolled a 10, and that's without the I don't even know what would I use. Uh, Probably fire. So no, 11
Oh,
to
cool.
comfort and support you. Yeah.
So I think I'll take a bond with you.
Oh, cool.
And then you can also choose one.
Oh,
Either
cool.
you can clear an element yourself, ask them a question they must answer, or gain a bond with them. What do you want to do?
Oh, I want to get a bond. That's my thing.
Oh,
So we're cool.
very cool.
And I think I before I leave, I'll just express that I hope things work out with you and Cheng. Cheng was that. Whatever it is.
Mm,
Uh,
陈若刚 is
Cheng
that?
Wegang, thank you.
cool. Yeah,
Or
I
that
think
wonderful
that's a good
regional
sign.
soup.
Well,
Any other scenes?
I think, oh, you know what? I think when, if this is okay with Agatha and Tom, I think when they were having their scene, I think like right after, like, Soup kind of runs away um, from around like a corner, like peeking. You see like Wu's head and like River Glass as well, kind of like peeking. And we kind of look at each other and, and they say, "Oh, this is all my fault." Um, I,
Wait. Okay, hold
I,
on.
yeah.
Okay, no, no, no.
You can
No.
mix it if you want.
Oh no, it's fine. But
Okay.
I'm definitely Jintong will definitely notice. So-
Well, you're kind of preoccupied.
well, now that soup is
ooh,
gone and you're speaking to River Glass.
But this is like, like maybe like a block away or something like that. So maybe we didn't hear you, but we just like saw you, the kiss and the parting.
Okay, so
Unless,
you don't want Jintong to notice? That's fine. Then I won't.
yeah, because I think that can lead into a new entanglement
Okay,
um,
sounds good.
where I'm trying to set you two up. Yeah, I say to Riverglass, yeah, uh, I a while ago I I gave Jintong a poem and I pretended it was from Soup. And I think that was the start of it all. But now it seems like it seems like they don't they're afraid to be together. Like the way I was afraid to be with you. Uh, but we must fix this, Riverglass.
I think it's sweet that you want to try and help them, Moo, but maybe let them, I don't know, maybe let them help themselves. They might, it might make it worse if we try to help.
No, we are stronger together, like bamboo sticks.
True, but I mean, they might not be like bamboo sticks together. They might be like, I don't know, bamboo and
Panda?
yeah, yeah.
Well, I
And then he says under his breath, it's like Jintong might eat him up.
um I will I will give them a chance to resolve it themselves. But if it does not work out, I think maybe they will appreciate some help. But we will see.
When did you become the village busybody?
Mm,
Were you always like this?
no, but I know what it was like to miss a chance for happiness. And I look at him meaningfully, and I take his hands in mine. Um,
Nobody,
so
nobody helped us. I mean, we we did this together. we came through on our own.
I think I look over his shoulder, and like a little bit in a little distance away, I see the old monk who's been giving me advice this whole time. And I say, yes, I mean, sometimes help comes from unexpected places, but
I think the
I
old monk
cannot.
will actually kind of give a little wave.
Uh, uh, we we, uh, we found our way in the end, but I had a little nudge here and there. Uh, so, uh, all right, we will give them some breathing space. Um, but for now, perhaps we will concentrate on ourselves, and I'll lead them down the street.
Haoran's probably going to have a scene with Jade after all of this turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I wasn't aware that you're capable of this, right?
Oh.
No, I was specifically hiding that, and it was my entanglement up until this session, which I changed it for which Undaunted Jintong showed up, and apparently I made a mistake. I changed, but
You didn't
hey.
know, because, yeah. You didn't know it was going to get worse, so.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then the scene that I was going to do is that Jintong was going to find Haoran and then grab him and then find Radish.
Oh no. Okay. This will make this even better. Then.
Okay. All right. God.
That's cool.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think anything. I mean, I was thinking about doing something with Zheng, Rugang, but
Okay.
this could be like an epilogue
Okay.
thing.
Sure.
So, um,
And mind you, like there are more than just the one tea and dumpling shop. Okay, so if you guys want to go to a
Mhm.
bar, guys want to go to another tea shop. I mean, it's fine. All right. Again.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, are you still kind of ill in a way?
probably,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that Haran looks like they are packing for look like they're dressed for travel.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So maybe you want to leave and I encounter you while you prepare for leaving.
Hmm. So it might be in my where I'm staying. So I guess pavilion or something like that. Tent. Some.
So maybe you're just leaving the building.
Oh no, I'm planning on like it looks like I'm not packing everything that is here that belongs to me. It looks like I'm packing to leave with enough that I can carry.
Sorry, so what you implying?
I am packing to travel and leaving with enough that I could carry so that I can leave town and get out of here. The intention behind that is effectively I've not neither been betrothed nor did I kill Jintong. One of which will be worse than the others. Like one is for forgivable thing, the other one is I literally saved the person I was sent here to kill, and therefore it's
Yeah,
time for me to
get out
go
of
on the
those.
land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, um, I knock at your door while you do that.
I call you to enter, and you'll see that I'm like stuffing things in a pack. And when I see you, I will go and give you a hug. And I look a little upset, but it's like upset for them. Like they don't normally show expressions, and it's kind of bleeding through. Uh, Jade, I'm glad you came by before I left. Um, I will be traveling for some time, and then I go back to packing.
I've read about the technique you used to kill Songbird Jun.
Oh, have you? I don't suppose this is something you'll need to write down then.
No. Sometimes, well, it's important to decide what to write down as a historian, you know? And this whole event obviously has to be recorded. I don't think I want to mention, and there's a dramatic pause to see how you react, the Water Lily Society.
Yes. Well, I appreciate that. That should give me a head start, if anything. I've failed gloriously all of my obligations. And while my marriage was not necessarily something that would have caused me trouble, it is still upsetting to be rejected is not something I expected or
Wait,
wanted.
he dumped you?
It's like this went so hard.
Boy.
I can't even respond to that. This went so hard.
I mean, it could be in a conflict.
Yeah, do you have anything
Sorry.
else you want out of the scene? Otherwise,
Yeah, I mean
Jintong
that
can
could be
arrive.
our scene here.
I think that's good right there.
Okay. And then so on like after that epic line sick burn was uttered, and there's like a beat, and then Jingtong just like drops down. Actually no, jumps in through the window, yes. Um and then grabs Haoran like in the back of your robe and then jumps back out. If you're cool
I
with it.
mean, that could happen. Definitely draw daggers when I see is who it is. It's like I just put them back and let myself be dragged along. So I was like, maybe this is for the.
Just too stoic.
I would at least be able to have a little bit some dignity if I were killed and not just didn't do anything. So I just let myself be dragged.
Yeah. And it's just like both of our like stoic faces. Your face perhaps a little less stoic at this moment as we like make eye contact with Jay Starlight and both disappear out the window. Um and then after I pull you out, I will um I'm like I was gonna let go of you once we're outside, but then I see that you're kind of like, I give up. I'm like, okay, I'll keep pulling you along.
It's like,
Unless you
what are you? I mean, I'll start walking after a while. It's
yeah.
just like I'm really confused because I was like, oh, murder didn't happen, so I guess there's something else. It's interesting enough that I'll definitely follow you for no
Yeah.
other reason.
Yeah. So we get to the point where we see Radish, and then Junho is like headed for Radish, and we'll say, what were the things that you said? I really did not want you to find out about things this way. Li Min.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what my words were, but they were approximately, this isn't how I wanted you to find this is I didn't want you to find out this way.
Okay, so that's exactly what Jintong repeats.
Yeah.
To her back, or do you give any warning
to-
to
That's what she's saying to Haoran as they're walking towards Radish.
got it.
Haoran will freeze and stop walking when they hear that. And what? Why'd you say that?
That is what you said to me. When you were delirious.
Oh, yeah, it's like mask breaks for a moment as it's like, and I look up to Li Min. She won't accept me any more than her brother would. And the fact that I love her, it will hurt more when she rejects me.
And Juno looks so unimpressed. You are no longer engaged. Shall I carry you, or will you walk over yourself?
Well, if you're not going to strike me down, I suppose I will walk. And I will just start walking again.
And Jinho like also follows like a couple steps behind, and her face is like still quite stoic, but there's something in her face that shows that she's quite pleased about this.
Yeah, and you just walk up and say, hello, Li Min. How are you doing? And that's really awkward. And I think that's probably might be where it stops at with the awkward introduction, I think, unless we think we more of a conversation.
I mean, I want to hear the rest of this, but does anyone else have seats?
Yeah, okay, we can keep going. I just didn't want to take up too much scene time, but yeah, I'll let Amads decide if.
I think she's going to turn around and she's going to immediately crush you in a big hug and say, "Oh, man, I'm so worried. They said that they had found you and that you were poisoned, and my brother didn't let me know like how your condition was. He wouldn't let me come over to your tent. I'm glad to see that you're walking. Are you okay now? Are you?
I'm fine. I was actually preparing to leave.
Leave? Why?
It seems that there's no one that really. I'm no longer betrothed, so I haven't any reason to stay anymore.
What did he say to you? What? Why are you leaving?
I'm leaving because there are secrets I've kept that are coming back to haunt me.
Do you actually clear your throat to get
yes.
Okay. And then she, Radish looks like really worried, and then she hears your cough, and then she looks up.
Jinho clears her throat and then looks at Haoran.
Now, it's just they sputter a little awkwardly. I would like to tell you. Oh no, I'm telling you that I have been this is very hard, but I've been in love with you for a very long time, but I was willing to put that aside for my obligations. But it seems that that doesn't matter anymore. And the feeling doesn't matter anymore because I am not a good person, and I'm not someone.
She immediately puts two fingers on your lips and says, "That's good because neither am I." And then she immediately grabs you by the shoulders and then plants a big one on your lips.
Oh, what? No, it was not prepared.
I was so worried. Oh my god. Oh, thank goodness.
I don't
I was
understand.
really afraid that you were going to marry my idiot brother and then I would not have any chance whatsoever. Oh, thank goodness.
You feel it's like I feel like I'm gonna start making statements like I don't understand the obvious, so I don't know if we necessarily needed a role play.
No, we don't have to role play any of that. I mean, like, more explanations, more talk later. That's fine. I mean,
Right.
like, for right now, it's just know that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So any semblance of composure was
Nah.
like shattered.
Yeah, absolutely. And then she'll kind of like Radish will look over once she finishes her smooch. She'll look over Haran's shoulder, and then look at you, Jintong, and then just say, "Thank you for bringing him over."
And now we'll be on our way.
Where will you go?
I haven't. I don't know. I'll tell you truthfully that I made choices that will likely have have me hunted by a group that doesn't particularly take well to people who don't follow their orders. So first, I guess I will be sending a message to my family to let them know and hope that they'll forgive me for my failure. But from there, I'll see.
She'll take your hand and she'll say, "You have my sword and me if you need it."
That's more than I could ask for. It will make it makes me feel better that I'm choosing my own happiness over my obligations. I just wish I learned to do that sooner.
And unless you guys have some parting words, it's like we can fade out on that scene to go to Gale's Wads. Great. Oof, water.
Just a question. Will we do epilogues or not? Because it's not really it's the end of the season, but it's not the end of the campaign. So what do you think?
Yeah, I'd like to do some quick narrated epilogues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think season epilogue. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And,
Yeah,
and
that'd
then
be
and then Stars and Wishes then.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
So I'd rather do an epilogue than another scene for my
that's fine.
character.
Yeah, perfect.
And I think especially what Mu has said resonated with Jade, Starlight, and they want to seek out Zheng, Rugang, and talk about the sword and what's that all about and why Songbird Jun was so mad and she has left already. so they can't really talk.
I think she's left something for you to get in touch if you want to talk with her again. So she hasn't completely forgotten about you, Jade.
Yeah.
But if you weren't coming back for season 3, then we would have changed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've made sure to attach myself to an important NPC. So.
Oh, for sure.
That
That's the
will
important
survive.
part.
That will definitely survive the next arc.
Listen, I'm happy if she's not like dying in the first session of season 3.
Fair.
All right, that's my epilogue.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have much of an epilogue. I think it's just going to be probably a scene of like leaving the city traveling on the road, kind of like looking back. I'm not sure who I'm traveling with, but I guess maybe if anyone is traveling along, they will be open. But there's not a whole lot other than just showing that they're moving on.
I've got one question. Did anyone deal with Chief Ouyang?
No.
All right,
No.
so that's interesting. Okay.
Jintong did not even try to fight him.
Okay, cool.
And I think Jintong actually will travel with Haoran because she's like, now you're on the run and I'm on the run. So it would make sense.
Okay.
What Jintong, I think just like a brief vignette for the epilogue is that we see Jintong going to places with the most recent Red Lantern assassinations, and then I think we just get a brief moment of her showing up before anyone else has found out. So like the death just happened, and then like looking and then seeing a scuff mark that is reminiscent, or like seeing like shattered pottery that's reminiscent of one of the the moves that she showed Riverglass in their sparring, and she said that was like a favored move of one of the generals of the Red Lanterns Association. And then she'll like look up into the camera with determination because she is on their trail. And then we'll see also hanging from like her like a waistband is the bottle that Soup gave her, and it sways as she moves like it is still full.
Of course it is.
Did you already have Matt's an idea for the Chief Ouyang and all that, or
Nope. I have a stinger, but I mean that doesn't have anything to do with Chief Ouyang.
I mean, so maybe there's an epilogue with Mu and Riverglass living, and Mu saying, like I can't believe everyone else left without saying goodbye to me. Um, but I'm sure we will run into them soon. And and oh, and I'm so surprised how the tournament ended. Um, Guardian Fu did not show up for the final fight, and the others too. They're all missing. Um, I guess they fled the city once they realized the chief was after them. Um, and we go into like the bamboo forest, and um, and these figures step out, and I think it's one of them is Skycast Red, and they just say, "Oh, we are here to give you an invitation to join the new Greenleaf Society." And Mu looks at River Glass, and River Glass looks at Mu, and we're not sure who he's talking to until he comes up and says, "We know who you are, uh, and we know you are connected to uh, the Sun School. Um, and we uh, we ask that you join forces so that we can topple down the Emperor." And we'll leave it there.
The fuck. Okay.
And
Yeah. I think for Soup, the scene is Soup is getting thrown out of like a drinking place, like literally like he's being picked up and thrown out. Like he's, face plants into the mud, like gets up. And as he gets up and kind of dusts himself off, you realize that he's still uh in that place in the same like town or whatever. And he starts like walking and he passes by the old graveyard and there's a fresh grave and a little like thing that says uh, Gua Butong, and he will like kick the headstone like off, like the whatever it's like a piece of wood or whatever. You just kick it off where it says like Gua Butong, and then like pick up another piece of wood and we'll start like carving something, and then stick it back in there, and then kind of like drunkenly stand up and go like scratch his head and be like at least let people know your name and death, and he'll walk off. And then when the camera pans down to the gravestone, it says Lan Wushan.
I've just got a question.
Mhm.
What does that mean, you've seen, Thomas? Isn't that
Um,
guy who founded the Greenleaf Society?
yeah. So he wasn't dead, basically, and he
Ah, I
was
see.
just
Okay.
he was pretending to be Guo Buchong until
Cool.
Jintong killed him.
Okay. So I got
It's
it.
okay.
And I think my stinger is where soon after Mu and Riverglass see or like after Mu sees the monk in the street, the old monk, and raises hello, goes off and does his vegetable shopping for that evening, and kind of makes his way back to a temple or what have you. Sets out the vegetables, and then we see some feminine robes kind of come into the scene, and then we hear, "Do you think they suspect?" "No, not at all." And then the voice starts to get a little bit younger sounding. "And he's seen me twice, and he hasn't said anything, but I didn't think he would." And then as the camera pans upward, we see the elderly monk start to take off his beard and his his tufted eyebrows, and then some of the tufts from his balding pate. And then you realize it is the white monk. And then when you pan over to the female voice, you realize it's Morningstorm. And she says, and she's drinking a cup of tea, and she says, "He keeps falling into these things, and I don't think he realizes his importance, that he saw what the puzzle sword really looks like, and it's going to get him in trouble. We need to keep an eye on him." It's going to come to a head when they bring him to that school. I know. All we can do is be ready for it. When they're all invited. And she just nods and sips her tea. And that is the end of season 2. Gaze into Silken Night. All right.
Yay.
Stars and wishes. Yeesh. All right.
Amazing. God.
Amazing. All right.
So good, so good.
So, thoughts? I mean, God.
I can go first.
Go for it, please.
For Rod, very early on, Rod had the pinnacle scene for his character where he was like, where Jade Starlight was like, you know what they call you? And he's like, gullible, like a gull. I know. It's because it's just incredible beat that I think, Rod has just been holding on to for like 6 months now. Like clearly, like just waiting for someone. Incredible. Yeah, and even those last few scenes, fantastic. God. Michael's best moment was he dumped you. Incredible moment. I think both Pan Haoran and Jonn were like, okay, that's it. Like we're done. Like that's the end. I don't know what I'm gonna say to that. It was fantastic. Oh God. Also really like the epilogue for Jade. I'm into, I'm rooting for Jade and Chen Rugang. Jonn, great to to work stuff out. Feels so good, to just have all the secrets out and just, I'm so glad we dealt with it in such a healthy,
So healthy.
reasonable manner. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I'm also super interested in when we play again to explore this relationship in the future, right? Like because that's gonna have to like continue, and that's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, I'm glad the Jintong and Soup story got like this exciting finale. I didn't know this is where it was gonna go, but like yeah, Soup just being like I realized like that it was kind of built in that Soup could not like have a happy ending or whatever because the whole show has been like him being extremely duplicitous or whatever, right? Like and yeah, but uh uh, Agatha killed that scene. What was putting Soup's hand on Jintong's throat and being like, "Show me the 8 steps of the ghost" is such an incredible move, and absolutely, I think, absolutely like threw me. I was like, "What's happening?" But yeah, fantastic. I really enjoyed that, and is Jintong setting up Pan and like Radish like character growth? I don't know. It's like it's we've come so far. It just brings a tear to my eye. Anyway, I really had fun today, guys. Thank you so much.
I can go next. Yeah, it was an amazing session and a great end for this season. I had so much fun listening to your scene at the very beginning, Thomas and Jonn. So I thought, should I suggest that we just have the two of you going out for the whole session because that was amazing and calling off the engagement and then you still managed to do comfort or support. That was incredible. Yeah, the Gullible Mu moment that was already mentioned. that was so clever. And I also liked how you tied in the New Green Leaf Society, Rod, and being invited to them. I thought it was pretty cool when Jintong said, "Okay, now I've got to kill everyone here," and I was like, "Wow."
Oh, you have to die. Nothing really I can do about it.
Yeah, that was amazing. And also when Jonn, you described how you killed Songbird Jun and your technique, and that was so sophisticated and really appropriate for an assassin, and something you can't justify someone not being able to do, like martial arts. And yeah, Matt, you've done an amazing job of bringing it all together, because that was a lot. You know, that especially that scene where everyone got to Songbird June's shop, and um, yeah, that was just amazing. Also, the reveal in the end, I didn't really get it because I did not watch the first season, which I will do afterwards. But I think I liked it quite a lot, because I was overthinking, okay, who's that monk? That's one who gave the advice to Mu. That has to be someone important. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the next season, and I think obviously I'm wishing for some reoccurring characters, and also if you want our help with picking portraits for the NPCs, just let us know, because
Oh,
that was a lot of
definitely.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely going to be. I'm gonna try to load the NPC descriptors into the thing ahead of time, but I mean, because we're gonna have like a month hiatus basically. But
Yeah.
I mean, like at least if you guys can load some portraits in there, that would be so helpful. Yes. So, definitely.
Yeah. So that's my stars and wishes.
I guess we can go next. Yeah, the kickoff scene with Haoran and Li Jing Soup. I was just like I was just during what Soup said. It's just like I was imagining Haoran's emotions just going all sorts of ways in different directions at any one moment. How they were going to respond was different, but then when it ended with the weddings off, it was just like all they could think was like, what is the most manipulative thing I can say to try to convince them to change their mind? And that's what came out. It's like so, but yeah, it was very. That was a very. I could have like that. It was just like, oh man, I have to hold myself together. I have to convince the. It's like it doesn't even. It's like I don't even care about respecting myself anymore. I just want to manipulate this person into changing their mind so I can fulfill the obligation I had to my family. And it was just like, this like that's probably was the beginning of the end of the Haoran trying to keep up a lot of these secrets. It was just like I don't even respect this. I can't respect myself and try to push this hard for these obligations. So I love that.
Yeah,
The
I feel like we really paid off that scene only in the next scene, because there's so much stuff in that scene where even I was like, you don't have any secrets, and you won't understand, like, and all, and that was, yeah, and then we immediately did it, like it didn't. That was great, yeah.
it's like I refuse to break. I have to win this. Like that. So, but I love the Gullible Mu because like fly like a gull was like, oh man, that was like a mic drop statement. I don't care if anyone how many times anyone else says that. That was amazing. I loved it, and yeah, and I really like how Agatha with Jintong, that you were able to create so much tension in situations that this is great. It's like something I wish I could be able to do, and I really want to get better at. But it's just like you just did such a good job, like ramping up tension in almost every scene that you're in with Jintong, with a person who's relatively emotionless, and that's great. And like Michael, you just man, I don't often have someone say something that completely like this. I have no past from this point, but when you say he broke up with you, I was just like, yep, you win. I don't know, like scene over, like cut. So that was like amazing. I also like your description of using the uh, meteor hammer. And I thought that was really cool. So we got to see uh, some really fancy fighting styles, because I know Jintong is just like, oh, I killed them, they're dead. Like it's just very dramatic and very like emotional, but it's like it's not. But then we have a meteor hammer and like daggers with cords, so we get to see like a whole wide variety of martial arts being used, and the descriptions for that were really good. I love that. I love that. And of course, Matt, I always love the characters you bring in. They always give us something to bounce off of, but they're also intriguing. Like you make a character for us to hate, and we hate them, or we don't hate them, or half of us hate them, and the other half love them, and it's some combination. But it's like there's always characters that you in some way care about, and I think that is an amazing thing to be able to do with the number of characters you have to juggle. I think that's everything. Oh, I do want us to say one more time, like every time Mu talks to someone and they're like so oblivious to everything around it, it just makes me happy. It's exceedingly happy every time they're like, oh, but why didn't fan just arrest them? Or I was just like, why are you like this? But don't ever change. So that's it for me.
Yeah. Before I say my stars, I will read out Thomas's stars that are posted in the chat so that they can be in the recording. One of them is Jintong having the potion at the end, and then the other is Mads. Radish in that scene was so great. I agree. So my first star also will go to Mads. Yeah, that was you really did such a great job getting us all converging on that one place. And then in managing the spotlight, I mean, I'm always engaged because things are always happening. But also like I think you just did a really good job. Also like kind of like um taking what we choose to add to the narrative, and because we have so much narrative control, like we're constantly throwing wrenches into the works, and you're really good at picking that up and then just running with it. So that's like I've been just like so like whoa, wow, like so impressed the whole time, and today was no exception. I loved Radish's response at the end. That was very funny. And like kind of like a perfect end for like the drama is what it feels like. And then also the stinger was great. That like freaking taking off the disguise is such a classic trope, and I am here for it. Actually, I'm very much here for it. Um let's see, stars that have not been mentioned. Well, I want to echo the star for Jade Starlight's weapon, and seeing Jade Starlight fight for the first time today was very cool. I love that now in my mind, my image of Jade Starlight whenever they were in the scene is, in addition to this, like, oh yes, I'm just this historian. There's also this like giant like morning star like behind them at all times. Just like just casually in a threatening way, and that's so wonderful to me. I liked that moment where everyone got to fight. And I have to second like loving the description of Panharen's attack. That was so good. It was so concise and dramatic. So I just that was great. Um I let's see. Started Rod for really being like, I am still very invested in this like imperial, like this treason plot, and then being like, let me just put that in there. Um, and also, oh, I had an additional star for Jonn, which is specifically, um, I think it's really cool how you keep grounding Haoran's motivations in the realities of like this the the world that is established. Like all of the decisions have really severe consequences uh when you are like acting as Panharan, and I really like that. I feel like it does because sometimes in games like there are things that we establish as being very important in the world, but like players will kind of we'll just do what we want, and then sometimes like certain decisions feel kind of floaty, but the way that you always bring it back to like yes, like doing like the engagement matters because it's about the families, and like it's always about that, and then also like like choosing to save Jintong matters because now he is in danger, and I really like that. I feel like that was a very strong series of decisions that you've made, and I appreciate them for the story. um Star to Rod for oh wait, I already said my you bringing in that thing. And then of course like Mu is very fun. And I feel like Mu is evolving actually from the way that he was in season 1, but he's still very much a Mu. And it's like it's kind of cool to see like um that he's so consistent in characterization, but there are more things happening now. I feel like it's fun to see you evolve as a player in this specific game, whereas like the character of Mu is still staying pretty consistent, and that's been cool. Thomas, anti-star to you for freaking running away. How dare you?
Season 3.
Season 3. Whoa, guess I can't die yet. Jeez. No. No, that was great though. I feel like that was very in character, and um on one hand I was like, oh, it would have been cool if they kind of like resolved this plot line and moved on to another plot line, but also I think it was fine that that it's still yet another like another climax, and then like but it's not actually the end of the story. Uh yeah, I find this current arc for Soup really interesting because this is definitely like the downward trajectory of like things that are going on in their life, and we're still going down, and I wonder where the rock bottom will be. I assume that will probably come up next season, and that's very interesting, right? And then to see them like climb up from there is the payoff that I will get, right, Thomas? um yeah. But yeah, also star to you for freaking always bringing up the 8 steps of the ghost. Like I'm so tired of hearing it and not seeing it, even though I mean we were the ones that like stepped in and did all the work. But it's just it's such a it's such an annoying recurring joke.
That was so funny. I was threatening to do it, and people were like, "No, please don't." And that's okay.
Well, anyway, but yeah, I love Soup. Soup is fun, and Soup is fun to play off of as well. Like because Soup kept stepping back, then I had to make Jintong step forward, and so that was like. But also, it was really convenient because I had the dying arc, so then I can like explain away a lot of her emotional changes, uh, by, she thinks she's gonna die. So so that was fun in advancing my own character arc. I think in terms of wish, if we want to bring in more like treason, I need for there to be like either like because right now it seems like New Greenleaf Society is positioned as the good guys. Um, in that case, I need for there to be many instances of evidence why they are good guys. Like it cannot just be like, oh, because like their family got killed or whatever. Because yeah, that sucks. But also in the grand scheme of things, like more people get killed all the time for other reasons, and that's not enough for me as a person to justify like the amount of deaths that are going to cascade from the killing like from the removal of a head of state, you know what I mean? So I can't just have like I can't just be like, oh, I killed my family, so I'm gonna kill the emperor, and then like cause mass chaos, which will inevitably happen, and then possibly someone else will get the throne who is also bad. So anyway, that's just those are just my thoughts, but we're not doing court Hearts of Wulin, so I think I need a little more, uh or they can be positioned as like just be morally gray as well. That's fine with me. We have both. That's one wish. The other wish is I'm actively going to be bringing the Red Lantern plot in next time. And Mads, if you want to, I'm also happy for you to do it. But I will definitely try to like study and then bring in those details because I think it's time for this to come to a head, or else Jintong's arc is just going to keep rolling back into a circle, and that's not interesting. So she's going to be tackling this head on, and I would like to bring in more involvement.
That is perfectly fine. Believe me, it's gonna be interesting because yeah, it's for this season 3 / rounding out of our Numberless Secrets game. It's going to be interesting to see this involvement. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Did you want do you want to say your star, Michael, or do you
Uh,
want
I mean, yeah, I can. Thanks. So there's one thing I will definitely steal as a technique, and that's what Thomas did, and that was such an amazing move. And when you said, "Oh, I'm just going to describe everything from my perspective," and that was so clever because there was on the first hand, on one hand, there was like a summary of what happened. It was very funny when he said Mu and then Jintong, Jade. Yeah, in the right order, obviously. And so you got some spotlight in a way, but also you didn't put your character in front, and you managed to position yourself as the one who's not fighting and highlighting the others. And I thought that was just amazing. And I think, yeah, I'll try to use something like that as well in the future.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump back and forth because there are so many things. I'll try to keep it brief, but yeah, I mean that the beginning conversation with Pan and Sue, um, uh, and I the line, Pan Horan's line, if I were more honest, I could have been someone you learned to love. What an awesome line. Uh, and I love I love Haoran's arc where he's failing his objectives and discovering the character because of that and who they want to be. And you know, I thought that was a really great character development. Um, uh, I'm glad, Mike, I finally had some scenes with you, our characters. That was a lot of fun. the very serious historian and the more clueless Mu. Um, uh, the Yeah, I love how Agatha you introduced Jintong from being part of the Water Lily Society. That is a very clever dig. I love your Jintong's conversation with the Chief Ouyang and the chief kind of using you as therapy, knowing that you're gonna die. And your thing about being honorable if not loyal. It was really cool. Uh, yeah, Tom, your lineup with Songbird Jun, Songbird saying, you're not aware I was in the tournament of death and I did not die. And oh, it's never too late. That was very funny. Um, I'm very curious about Matt, that thing you introduced with Jintong breathing in the smoke and how that's gonna change your poisoning. I'm curious. I guess that's kind of a wish to see how that pans out. Um, I love the yeah, again, the character interactions are just wonderful. The second soup and Pan Haran's conversation, um, and then they finally got all these secrets uh, out of the way. uh, uh, and Jintang playing the forceful matchmaker with Radish and Pan Haran. Uh, Oh, and oh gosh, the Jintong and soup scene at the end, and the trying to give the antidote, and soup saying, "I want you to take this because then after this moment, when I walk away and we never see each other again, I'll at least know that somewhere you're still around." Oh my gosh, and the fact that we see that Jintong has not yet taken it at the end was awesome. And the line, oh, Jintang's line, "Take my life and you will never forget." Ooh, it's amazing. Yeah, you guys come up with amazing stuff. I love the scene with Mu at the end, the apology and talking about Songbird and Shang. The line, "Wait, he dumped you." It's awesome. Uh, oh, and Jonn, finally your confession to Radish. Just the simple, "I've been in love with you for a very long time." And Mad's reply, "I'm not a good person either." Uh, that was awesome. The kiss. Yeah, so we have all our romantic growth and setbacks this season, which was awesome to see. Uh, the reveal that Guabutang was Lan Wushan in disguise was awesome. Thomas. Yeah, old monk is really white monk. Awesome. Uh, I just really loved seeing the character arcs and having the new characters. Uh, it just feels like everything's getting more complex and in a great way. Um, if I had a one wish, I guess that continues, but also I'm curious to see uh, the different factions now, or our different factions, with the Clove School, um, the Water Lily, the historians, along with the Red Lanterns, like Agatha said, um, having presence if there's room for that. And Mads just shepherding all the cats, both the player cats and the NPC cats, and making everything cohesive is such cohesive-ish is just amazing to watch. So thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you guys. This would not be a game. This would not be a series without you all because yeah, this is not in a vacuum. This is one hell of an entanglement, I'll tell you. So I'm not going to repeat anything because you guys have repeated it brilliantly and appreciate it all. I will say this is the session that I was screaming a lot while muted and my face hurts from smiling and laughing so damn much. So kudos, congratulations. Oh my God. And my wish is that continuing onward for season 3. Granted, this is unlike other things, of course, because there are more mysteries in the Numberless Secrets expansion. But I just wanted to do the puzzle sword series just to kind of keep it encapsulated. And who knew that this group would do so much with entanglements that it would take a long time, to say the least, for the mysteries to be done, each mystery to be done. So I didn't want to extend anybody's, like, series life to be like so long. So yeah, but this is why we're doing it in broken up seasons, and this is where we're just like gonna finish it off, at least for this crew, like in season 3. So pull out all the stops, tell me your desires for your characters. I mean, if we're jumping the shark, I tend to try and avoid that, but I mean, I like to hear ideas. I'm perfectly happy with that. Again, we have quite the hiatus because of the holidays, so I'm interested in hearing ideas before we start season 3. And I just a comment on, like, say Soup's arc, for instance. I feel like the more serious things are getting for Soup, the more of the downward spiral we're seeing. And ooh, it's dramatic, but damn, it's like, man, we just want to, I don't know where we want to see him, So that's an example of like, oh, dude, like, let's get you back on track somehow before the finale of season 3. So, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right. So, yeah, my wish is to just play to find out, because these characters are just so much fun, and I am excited. I didn't expect any of this to happen for these characters when you first started in the beginning of season 2. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what you all do next. My God. Soup is his own poison. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. So, yeah. I won't keep you any further. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy gaming for the stuff that you're doing. Happy holidays for the stuff coming up, any conventions coming up and all that. And I will see you in the new year, or, obviously for other stuff in between if we game together. So, all right. Enjoy yourselves and think heartily about your characters before season 3. All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Oh my
everyone.
gosh.
Thanks,
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.